In this topic, we're going to cover how to set up and use Python on Windows. The first thing we really want to do is check whether we already have Python installed. So in order to do that, you just need to open up a command shell and we can type in Python -v. And we can see here that Python was not found. So that means that Python's not installed, or at the very least, it's not in our path. So if you don't have Python installed, rather than follow these instructions, I recommend that you go straight to python.org, where we can download the full installer. So let's go to Downloads or Releases, and we can download the latest Python 3 version for Windows. And now that that's downloaded, we can install it by clicking the installer. And we also want to specify here to add Python to our path. If you don't do this, you'll need to either manually modify your environment variables or execute Python from the specific install directory every time that you want to use it. So let's click Install now. And we can see that the setup was successful, so Python has been installed. And we can verify this by going back over to our terminal, typing Python -v, or rather opening a new terminal. Now that everything's been updated, typing Python -v, and we can see that Python has been installed 3.9.6. And depending on when you follow this course, there might be a new, more up-to-date Python version to install, and I would recommend that you use that version instead. So now that we have Python installed on Windows, we are able to use and execute our Python scripts just like we do when using a Linux machine. And with current Python installs, pip will also automatically be installed. So we should also be able to type pip -v. We can also see the current version of pip, which has been installed and bundled with this Python installer. However, this may not always be the case, so we can simulate a problem with pip and demonstrate how to install pip manually as well. So let's use pip to uninstall pip. And we can see an unlink error here, but if we type pip -v, we can see that pip is now uninstalled on this system. And so if you see an error like this when trying to use pip, what you can do is you can download the pip bootstrap file. So to do that, let's go to https bootstrap.pypa.io/get-pip.py and press enter. And we can see the bootstrap file here. So let's save it. Control S, get-pip.py, save. And now we can change into that download directory and we can execute this bootstrap file, python get-pip.py, press enter. And we can see that we've successfully installed pip 21.2.4 and we can verify this pip -v. We can again see that pip has been reinstalled back onto this system. And just like in the Python 101 for Hackers course, we will also be using Sublime as our text editor for creating our Python scripts. So if you haven't installed Sublime in Windows, we can do that too. We can navigate to www.sublimetext.com, press enter. We can download the latest Windows build. And once downloaded, we can execute the installer. And now that it's installed, we can run Sublime. And now we have our environment set up and ready to go. But that's it for now. And in the next lesson, we're going to be talking about decorators.